Hello and welcome to Easy Maths. In today's lesson, we're going to look at the graphical solution for quadratic equations. And as always, I'd appreciate if you like, you share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel, and just watch the videos. I'd appreciate. Let's go straight to the objective of the lesson. Now, the graphical solution of quadratic equations normally involve the use of graphs to solve quadratic equations. This is an additional method to the solution for quadratic equations, and so this time round using graphs, not like previous cases. Now, normally the points of intersection of the curve and the x-axis form the solution for quadratic equation, and shall see that in an actual example. Now, these sort of questions, they can be a set of simultaneous equations where one or both are quadratic equations. So again, we shall see that in actual examples. Now, there are certain possibilities that we can get when we are plotting quadratic curves. So we could have a quadratic curve appearing like this, and this is a case where the curve cuts the x-axis at 2 points, and according to this point, this knot here, then it means that this has two distinct solutions. So the equation has two distinct roots or solutions. That's the values of x are two values. This first point where the curve cuts the x-axis, and another point where the curve again is cutting the x-axis. We could also have the curve appearing like this, where it's the curve is just touching the x-axis once and taking a turn at that point. And this case is where we have one root. And again, please understand that this is normally generated when we are working with the perfect square. And what this statement means is that the quadratic equation, that is the expression before the equal sign, is a perfect square. Now, the curve could also look like this, and when it looks like this, then the equation has no roots. There are no real roots for this. The answer is a complex number or so, and so we don't have much you can do with this because of the scope of high school. Now, before us is an example. We are told draw the graph of y is equal to 12 minus 4x minus x squared for the interval minus 8 to 4 and solve the equation graphically. So we're going to attempt that, and just to show how we can solve quadratic equations by use of graphs. Now, the first thing is we need to form a table where we have the x values ranging from -8 to +4, as it appears on your table there. We have -8, -7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, all the way up to +4. Now, the 12 minus 4x and minus x squared are normally written on this side, and we're going to use them to fill the table, and this is what it means. 12 is a constant, so all through along this row here, we're going to have 12 appearing, but the other values we're going to have here and here are influenced by the value of x. For example, we're told the point for x here will be -4 times the value x we have here, so this will be positive 32. Again, this point here will be 28, this point here will be 24. So all the values that we are going to put over here are influenced by the value of x we have on this top here. Again, the same thing with this row of -x squared, and maybe I should say that for all of the values along this row, all the answers will be negative because of the sort of thing we have. The first case, we have negative of -8 squared, which is negative of -64. This will be negative of -7 squared, which is -49, all the way up to negative of -4, which is negative of +4, which is just 16. And the values are on your screen there. You can always try the questions on your own and see if they appear like that. Now, the values of y are, according to this, just an addition of the values we got for 12, -4, and -x. So for the first value of y here, we're just going to have 12 plus 32 minus 64. This other one here would be 12 plus 28 minus 49, and we move all the way up to the last bit here, which will be 12 minus 16 minus 16, and hopefully you can be able to do that. Again, drawing the table should not be technical. You just need to have the x values, and we have the terms we had for the quadratic equation written on this side, and use them to populate these rows. And this is the constant one, which is not influenced by the value of x, and the values for y here will just be the addition of the particular terms. And so you will get the values of y as I have got them there. So you can always check out, you can always try to confirm if my answer is right. Now, after doing that, we're going to have to draw the curve, and so the curve is the one that is rising up there. This is the curve for y is equals to 12 minus 4x minus x squared. The question was draw the graph, so we have drawn it for the interval that's from negative 8 to positive 4. Now we're told, hence, solve the equation graphically. Now, we said earlier that the solution or the roots are the points the curve cuts the x-axis. So if you draw it properly, I've drawn mine, it cuts the x-axis at 2 points, negative 6 and positive 2, and those form the two values of x. So it cuts the curve at that point, negative 6, and again at positive 2, and that tells you that the values of x are either negative 6 or positive 2. And that brings me to the end of that particular part of the lesson. Let's move on to another part. We are going to attempt this time around graphical solution for simultaneous equations, and so let's just get to it straight away. The solution for the solution is normally the points or intersection of the two simultaneous equations. And let's just go straight to the example. We're told, by the use of an appropriate graph, solve the following simultaneous equations. We have that equation which is quadratic. We have another one which is which is an equation of a straight line. So we progress as follows. First of all, we need to draw the table for this, just like you done in the previous example. I picked from negative 4 to positive 2 because between negative 4 and positive 2, the curve and the line will have intersected at 2 points, and therefore we'll have solutions for that. Now, for the 2x squared here, you're just going to have, like x squared, x is negative 4, so you're going to have 4 squared, negative 4 squared, which is 16, times 2, which is 32. This one would be negative 3 squared, which is 9, times 2, 18. Move all the way up to 2 squared, 10 times 2. And again, we're going to have 3 times x. So when x is negative 4, we're going to have negative 12. Here we're going to have negative 9, negative 6, all the way up to 6. 5 is constant, so we're going to have every value on this row being negative, and the addition of those ones gives us the value of y. Let me not dwell a lot on that. This is what you should get, and those are the values of y that you should have. Moving on to the straight line, we are now going to draw a table for this, and for a straight line we just need 2 points. For a curve we need infinite points to be able to draw it properly, or as many points as possible, but for a straight line we just need to have 2 points, and therefore I've just come up with 2 points. When x is 0, y is 2, and when y is 0, x is 2 also. So with this information we should be able to draw the curve and the line, and that is done next here. So we have, this is the curve, the purple one is a curve, and the one that appears some sort of red there is the straight line, and you can see they intersect 2 points. So we said earlier that the solution is normally the points or intersection of the simultaneous equations. Well, I should have written curves or line or whatever things they are. In our case, it's a curve and a line. So the points where they intersect, those are the solutions. And so according to what I have done, and you can always cross-check by trying it out on your own, they intersect at this point here, negative 3.1, 5.1, and the point 1.1, 0.9. And therefore, the solutions, the x values are either negative 1, negative 3.1, or 1.1. That's the x coordinate there and the x coordinate there. And the y's are 5.1 or 0.9. And that brings me to the end of that particular lesson there. Please check the next video for one more concept which completes the topic.